Hey there everyone, it is your girl Justine coming at you all with another video. So in this video, I am styling my hair. The inspiration for the style that you will see me do came from one day I was watching TV and a commercial came on and I saw this girl. She had her hair, long hair. She had some up, some down, and it just was kind of what inspired me to do this style. The difference is that one, I have locks, and two, I'm going with a curlier approach to her long straight extensions that she had in her hair. So first things first, the first thing I did, if you noticed, I had a shower cap on my head. In my previous video, I did a porosity test to see how porous my hair is, just to be able to develop my hair regimen. And from that, I'm trying some different things when it comes to adding moisture to my hair, hence the shower cap. After I took the shower cap off, I was spraying oil into my hands, and then from there, just passing that through my locks. So right now, I am deciding what or how much of my hair is going to be going up and then how much I'm going to be leaving down. Now that I have did that, I'm putting away the hair that is going to be down so that I can focus on the hair that is going to be up. This hairstyle is one that I don't know about you guys, but I know I used to rock it as a little girl. My mom would put my hair up with some barrettes, and then she could either do it braided or without braids or whatever the case is. But yeah, it was a popular style when I was a little girl. Anyhow, I am now gelling my edges. I am using ecostylergel to do this. And I'm not going too crazy. I'm not putting a lot, but just enough to hold the hair down and give me some hold. I'm using a two-sided brush. This brush has a hard bristle along with a soft bristle. I use the soft bristle to brush my hair. And the brush is just helping to spread out the gel and allow it to be spread out evenly throughout my hair. So this is all pretty much new growth hair that is untwisted in the front, which is why I'm able to achieve this look with the gel. And it doesn't really look like the hair is locked, because it isn't. So now that I have finished applying the gel, I am taking a rubber band and I'm putting it on my hair to hold it. I am not doubling it, tripling it, or anything like that. I just put it on just as like a base, and then from there I take a lock and wrap around that rubber band to hide the rubber band, but nonetheless to use my hair to hold the hair up. When you do this in the front, if you should try this style, don't be too tight with it, because you want to be able to be comfortable. You don't want it to be pulling at your roots and all that. So this is comfortable for me. I actually like the look of the hair straight down. It doesn't look bad at all. This is probably something that I will try in the future, but where I already had my mind set up on it being a curly style, curls is what I'm going to do. So now I just add a little bit more gel, but now moving forward, I'm going to start putting in the foam rollers. I decided to use foam rollers for this style just because I didn't want a really tight curl. I still wanted my hair to have bounce and length to it, so that's why I decided to use my foam rollers. So what I'm doing is I'm sectioning off my hair and I am applying the foam rollers. The foam rollers that I have, the first time I got them, I introduced them in my videos. I had purchased them from the dollar store, and they came in like two different sizes. I had some that were like a medium size, and then others that were like a large size is what I would call it. But I'm using both in no particular method or anything like that. For each roller, I am trying to do about 5 to 6 locks. I don't want to do too much because then the rollers won't close. And even with that amount, I have a hard time sometimes and struggle with closing the foam roller. But 5 to 6 locks should be enough based on the size of my locks. In regards to a holding agent, I'm not using any mousses or like setting liquids or anything like that. I'm just, as you saw, sprayed my hair with water. I had the oil in from earlier, and that's it. So my hair's a little bit damp, and then the idea is that it will dry overnight, and then in the morning, or the next day when I remove the foam rollers, they should, have hold to them with the curls. So as I take each section, I am just applying water and then wrapping it up. When I use foam rollers, I always use end wraps. You'll always see me do that because the foam can remove moisture from my hair. A lot of the times you all see me apply moisture, to my hair. So I don't want to do all that work only now to use a foam roller and have it remove the moisture. So I always use my end wraps. And the end wraps, I just get them at my local beauty supply store. I'm sure you can find them at Amazon or, maybe somewhere else. But I always get them at my local beauty supply store. So yeah, that is what I'm doing. So I'm just putting these foam rollers in. I did speed up this video for the purpose of time. I don't recall how long. It always takes me a long time to do my hair. I want to say it was like an hour or whatever. Just because I move slow. But, also just trying to record and making sure that I was getting, a good amount of footage to be able to put this video together. So a lot of it is sped up, just so you all aren't sitting here all day watching me do my hair. But yeah. So I am applying my foam rollers. And that is that. The foam rollers are pretty easy to use. Like I said, because my hair is the size of my locks and what have you, I try not to put too many locks within a foam roller because I don't want to have a hard time closing the foam roller. You won't see it too, like you'll see it in the video, but then again, because it's sped up, you can't really tell. But for some of them, I had a really hard time closing it up, like this particular one here. But foam rollers are fun. I've been using them a lot lately. For me, I like that they give my hair, a curl, but then my hair still retains some of its length. I don't get like a really tight curl, which is, I guess, a good thing. So yeah, at this point, my arms are hurting. I'm tired, but I'm like, I gotta keep going. And then usually when I do my hair, I don't necessarily do it in my bathroom like I am right now. I usually might be sitting or something like that. But it was a lot easier for me to record it in the bathroom, which is why I did it this way. So the main thing for this style is I wanted to wrap up all the hair that was going to be the down hair. And then the hair that I put in that like little ponytail in the front. You'll see what I do with that in a minute. But so I'm just going around again in no particular method or anything. I'm not trying to part my hair in any particular way or anything like that. I'm just grabbing 5 to 6 locks, and that is what is going into each curl. And then prior to wrapping my hair in the foam roller, I am using my water bottle and just spritzing my hair a little bit with some water. Again, nothing else, just water. And I'm not getting the hair to be like extremely saturated, but I'm getting it to the point where it is, somewhat damp. And nonetheless, once the air dries, it will retain that curl pattern from the foam roller. So at this point, I'm pretty much more than halfway done with my head. Struggling with this roller, as you can see. Still tired, but I'm getting there. I'm almost done, so that is wonderful. So yeah, just spritzing my hair with water and wrap to the foam roller and then clipping it shut, and then that is that. And then when I pick up this side of my hair, like when I pick up those locks, I notice that they're a little dry, so I just spritz them all. And then just keep going with the process of adding the foam rollers. I decided to do a voiceover for this video just because it was one thing to be recording while I was doing this the entire time, but nonetheless, I didn't want to be talking because I knew that would take up some time as well. So that's why this is a voiceover video versus me talking while I was doing the style. And also for the purpose of me being able to speed it up for you all. So when I'm not using my foam rollers, I just keep them in a plastic bag, which is how I maintain them. And then I just put them in, I have a drawer in the bathroom that they stay in. So looking for them, like looking for the pieces, the clips to clip them shut is not hard. Everything is pretty much all together. And like I said, kept in a plastic bag. I don't have like a special container or anything that I use for them. So at this point I am almost there. Still have like a few more, I think one more roller of locks that I'm going to be putting in my hair. And then from there I am able to move on and do the front, or at least do the locks that are on the ponytail for the up portion of my hair. Struggling once again with the clip. I don't know why, those things are very tricky, and they don't stay on when I'm putting when I'm wrapping the hair around it. So that's why I wrap the hair and then add them, but it's just all tricky all together. So yay, I am done with my hair. Well, with the hair that's going to be down. Now I move on to the ponytail. So now I spray it with water, and for the ponytail, I am not using foam rollers just because there's not really much space, but also because I'm going for like a different type of curl. So in this case, I am using my pipe cleaners, and I'm using, let's say, about 3 to 4 locks per pipe cleaner. With the pipe cleaners, I also always use end wraps with them. Just because I remember the first time I ever used pipe cleaners, I remember some of the fuzzies getting into my hair. So, nowadays when I use them, I always use an end wrap to protect my hair. But I also love my pipe cleaners because they always give me awesome, beautiful curls. And so because this section of hair is a lot smaller, that's why I'm using the pipe cleaners, and just trying to go for a different curl pattern. So as you see, same method though I did with the hair that's in the foam rollers. Just spritzing the hair with water, and then from there applying the end wrap to the pipe cleaner, and then applying the pipe cleaner to my hair. Super simple, super easy, and this was super quick to do. Same thing with my pipe cleaners. I don't keep them in any particular like container or anything like that. Just in a plastic bag all together in the bathroom, and I know that it's there when I'm ready to use them. So now I'm excited because I'm almost done. Woohoo! So yeah, spritzing with water and then apply the pipe cleaner. So now here's my hair, doing a little dance because I'm done. Yes. So here's my hair with the foam rollers and pipe cleaners. So now, before wrapping my hair, I decided to add a little bit more gel to that hair, slick it down a little bit more. I'm using this wrap type thing that I have, and I'm applying that in such a way to hold the front of that hair down, so that when I take it off the next day, it'll have like a nice slick look to it. So once I've applied that, now I move on to my bonnet, and it is time to go to sleep. So here it is the next day. I'm taking my hair down, and I'm excited to see what my results will look like. So I've taken my bonnet off, that little wrap thing off as well. So first foam roller is off, and now I am going to be taking out the rest. So I pretty much have a nice curl there. As you can see, the curl is not too tight. And again, like I said, the main thing was being able to retain some length. And I noticed that as I wore this style towards the end of the day, like I noticed that the curls dropped a little bit, which was fine. They still retained like a little bit of the pattern, but the curls dropped, which again, I just, didn't want a curl that would be too tight. So I was pretty pleased with the result of these curls. Very pretty, and like I said, just being able to retain length. This particular one that I just pulled out, I ended up wrapping up again because it was still a little damp, surprisingly. I guess I added too much water to it the previous night, and I found that it did not really have a nice curl. Like the curl was forming, but because it didn't completely dry, it was rather just not done. So you notice that I put the foam roller back in, and then I'm doing it for another one. There were like 3 of them that were like that, surprisingly. I guess I just added too much water and therefore they did not dry. But I move along to take out the rest of the foam rollers, which I'm pretty content with all the other ones. You know, I think the curl patterns are pretty good. So yeah, so far so good. I'm content with the style and I'm liking the way that it looks. So then I leave those in, the ones that I just put back in, because they were not all the way done. I started to take that one out and realized that, you know what, it was one that it still was a little wet. So here I am with my handy dandy blow dryer, and I just kind of give it a little bit of heat, which I did not blow dry my hair the night before. I just, as you saw me, put my bonnet on and that was it. So while I let those set a little bit, I am removing the pipe cleaners for the little ponytail, for the up hair, the hair that is up. So I'm just taking out the pipe cleaners, and as you can see, you know, the curl pattern is different from that of the foam roller, but that was the look I was going for. So now I go back in, I'm adding a little bit more heat to those the hairs in those foam rollers just before I take them out, just so that they have the opportunity to fully set. So now I am taking the foam rollers out and still applying a little bit more heat because they still feel a little wet. I don't think I showed it in the video just because I think I cut that clip out just because this video was getting really long. But those curls, I still was not impressed with them. I still was a little annoyed that they hadn't like formed the way I wanted them to. So I did go back, and then instead of using 3 foam rollers, I think I used like 4 or 5. Instead of doing like 5 locks to a foam roller, I did like 2 or 3 locks. So I had several rollers in, and then I just kind of left them in there for a little bit, and then added a little bit more heat just to help with the style. But I don't think I showed that in the video because I think I cut it out. But yeah, so here I am, and this was after I went to wherever I was going, and this is later on in the day, and I just fell in love with this style. Like, I really liked it. I got compliments. I like how the curls dropped. You know, I had length, bounce, definition. Like, it was really cute, and it turned out to be a really, really nice style. Definitely one that I would try again with straight hair, but again with curls. And maybe next time I'll use flexi rods or perm rods, something different. But it was super, super cute. So I thank you all for watching this video. Please follow me on Instagram, shoot me an email, subscribe to my channel, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.